Welcome back, kings and queens, and welcome if you're new here. My name is Hope King, and I'm the designer behind King's Designs MD. Today I'm really excited about a concept that I have been working on, which is Dear Santa, I understood the assignment. This year I was. And it has the blank spaces for naughty, nice, and then this one is extra, and then love, hope. So I just want to show you guys how I did it. So I basically started with a clean page. So my page started by looking like this. I put my wording in by clicking my text box. I chose my heading, and then I just wrote Dear Santa, and I placed it where I wanted it. I did the same thing for everything else. Text box. And just stretched it out to where I needed it to be. And I definitely sized my font down to what I wanted it to be. And always just make sure all your font is highlighted so that everything is how you want it. Now you can leave it like this. You can put it back to the side, whatever. Whatever your choice is. And then I put my words naughty, nice, and then whatever other one you want, or you don't have to add anything at all. So I'm going to delete it for this one. And I'm going to take this extra space out of here. So it's naughty, and then it's nice, and you can line it up. And I'm just going to move this over so that when you move it around, it shows you that purple line so you can tell it's even. Then I went to my elements. And you'll see recently used. I found this one by just clicking checkbox. I typed checkbox into the elements, and that's what I found. And then I was looking for a second one that would look the same but without the check mark. So I found this one. And as you can see, when you go over, it's not exactly the same. So I went up to the top and I changed the color to get it to match. So now it's closer to the color. And there's a few different shades of green, so you can work with whatever you think is best for you. And then I did another text box that said love, hope. Sometimes I do not have my fingers on the correct keys. So I'm just moving this down and lining it up like you would a letter. And I can drop this down a little bit. And you can go in and you can change the font to anything that you want. So Dear Santa was probably one of these type of fonts. Yep. And then I think I did the same so Amsterdam 4, this one's Open Sans extra, that looks about the same. Naughty, I think, okay, Aloja, then you have Nice, which is Amsterdam 1, and then you have extra. Okay, Nice is Agrandair, it looks like. And then you have extra, which is Amsterdam 1. Okay, so let me show you what I did with the squiggle here. Because when you do your text box, you're just putting the words in. But what I did, I went back to my elements because I wanted extra to look a little extra. And so I clicked this one here, which is the squiggle. Oh, Let me go back so I can make sure I just grab the squiggle. See that squiggle? And I just sized it to match. So I'm just going to duplicate this down here so you guys can see an example. It's not going to be exactly the same. Let me just say extra. And then let's see what font that I used up here. Amsterdam 1. Now I could duplicate that out and just copy it so you guys could see, but so that one's extra, and then this is what it will look like with the squiggle attached to it. And I think I just angled my squiggle up, tilted it so it kind of go up, and then made it match. So if you want your squiggle a little less high and move it around, you can do that. I also changed the sizing on extra so you can make it fit whatever you like. But that's basically how I did that. And then the colors, I changed them to red. So everything on the top is just red and green. So you just click at the top and you can change it to red if that's what you want. It doesn't have to be red. It can be a beautiful blue if you want blue on your letter instead of a red. Not everybody likes red and green for Christmas, so you can do blue if you want. It's up to you. And then the last thing I did was I added the stars. So again, I wanted this one to be as extra could be as far as I was concerned. I was really combing through and trying to find the fonts that I wanted. I'm just going to move that backwards. Sometimes when you're adding your elements, it gets to be hard to grab one when they start to overlayer each other. Or lay over each other, rather. And so, you see that. So I moved the stars back behind the squiggle. Then I have this here. Now for this one, I moved my check box down for extra. And then you can duplicate this out for nice. So it can just be a blank space. Now if extra's too big and it's taking up too much room, you can scale it back down so that you can get your checkbox in line with everything else. And then if things move around, you just work with it. Now one of the things I always say is that I feel like when I zoom in, I get a better handle on matching things up and lining things up. So at the bottom of the screen there is a slider, and you can zoom in and zoom out using your slider. So that's essentially what I did. Oh, the last piece that I did, I went to backgrounds and I typed in paper in my search box. And so if you type in paper, different things will pop up. But this is the one that I used. And as you can see, this does not have the red line. But now it looks more like a letter. And so all you have to do is go to your elements. And just choose a line. Flip her around. You want to make sure it's a 90 degree. Oh, come on. If y'all follow me for a while, you know me and this 90 degree. Be having some trouble some days. So, you just want to move this over, and you can line it up right here. That's a really good alignment. And make sure it goes all the way to the top. And it'll tell you if you're getting off kilter if it's not 90 degrees anymore. Now I'm going to move it over. I said this was good, but I can either move this over, which looks okay, or I can move my line over, whichever works for you guys. And then I just made it red. And so I went through and I changed my colors. Dear Saints are red. And I just did them interchangeably. So every other line is red and the opposite line is green. Now again, if you don't like this, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. I think this final font was Bangers. That one looks familiar to me. Yep. I have a few fonts that I really like using, so some of them really stand out to me. Now, we'll say Naughty was, what did I say, Aloja? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but yep. So we have Aloja, Amsterdam 1. That's not right. But you guys can see, if you play with the different fonts, if you like what's down here, that particular font for that area, use it. This is your design. Make it what you want and have fun with it. That's like the most important part. Make sure when you're designing and doing things, you're actually enjoying the process, because, you know, you want to enjoy your life. You don't want to do things that's going to make you feel miserable while you're doing it. At least I don't. So you can change your colors. Your greens don't have to match. If you are a person that wants to use a particular green, or that wants to go back to a certain green, if you hover over your colors, the colors all have certain numbers. So you can go back and see whether this green is the same as the other green just by clicking on it, and you'll know the colors. Like this one's a little darker green than the others. Again, it's up to you. Do what you like. Do what makes you happy. But that's how I did the template for that. And I just want to show you some other ones that I did. So that one was extra. That one was creative. Naughty, nice, creative. This one is for my daughter, and she says she wants a mug. So this one was Naughty, Nice, Love, Faith. And so hers was a little plainer than mine. But that is how you design it. I hope this helps somebody. I will be turning mine into a shirt and hers into a mug. So I hope I'll be able to catch that on film for you guys and possibly upload it to the end of this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and you may see me in the end making this into some wonderful things.